So I tried a little something different with the previous video. Some people loved it, and some people weren't as fond of the commentary. So, to make sure that everybody's on the same page and nobody feels left out, I'm going to make absolutely sure that this video is incredibly boring. Unfortunately, the Mega Man games quickly got into this habit of making the very last stage a throwaway stage. Now that's okay with me in a game like Mega Man 3, where you persevere through stage after stage, boss battle after boss battle, until finally you defeat Dr. Wily, only to discover that, gasp, shock, Dr. Wily has another stage in store for you. But it's super short, so that's alright. Here, the entire second half of the castle feels like throwaway. And that's why I have to do stuff like that. I really need to go out of my way to make this visually interesting. And I kind of need to go out of my way to make the commentary interesting too, more so than usual. So, I try little stunts like this. Simple, fun. Well, would you look at that? Somebody's got an ego problem. Either that or a consonant fetish. This boss battle makes me really happy. The boss is pretty cool, but I'm using Super Arrow against him, and it's working really well. How righteous is that? This is one of the most random utility items you will ever get in a Mega Man game. And suddenly, it's incredibly useful. And it's not entirely redundant. And it can even be used to do fun things like this. As you can tell from my health bar, this is not my finest hour. This is not a damage-free run. It was never supposed to be. Really, I'm just here to enjoy myself. And to entertain you, as often as is convenient for me. So if that means getting beaten up a lot by Dr. Wily in exchange for being able to slide around all willy-nilly with Charge Kick, then so be it, because it is pleasing to me. Besides, fighting Wily this way, footy, gives me a chance to catch up on some of the... Well, that was a lucky shot. Gives me a chance to catch up on some of the commentary that I haven't had a chance to do. Such as talking about the Power Stone costume. Not the best color scheme. Kinda ugly. You can trust my opinion on this because I'm colorblind. No, really. I mean, I can see most colors okay, but there's a couple of shades of things that are completely indistinguishable from one another, which makes color-coded boss battles really difficult and interesting in that, oh, please make it stop right now, kind of a way. This next bit serves no purpose, but it doth amuse. It's a great sound effect, and it's a cool-looking effect, too, and how funny would it be if it actually worked? Send Larry? Where did I come up with that? Wily. My goodness, I've been playing this game for too long. At this point in the commentary, it's been like 3/4 of a year since I started playing this game, let alone recording all of the commentary for it. So, bear with me here if I'm starting to go a little loopy. Composure. So, I didn't get a chance to completely explain myself back in the previous Wily Castle stage to talk about gyro attack. You thought I was going to say Wily's Castle, didn't you? I promise you I'm getting there for real this time. No, really. And I've brought out Beat just because it's time. That's all there is to it. So gyro attack on the first Wily stage boss, the green gumball machine, even though it works, I don't actually recommend it, because gyro attack moves too slowly, and any time you try and dodge, which is something that I'm not doing right now, you'll probably shoot the weapon off in a way that you don't want it to go. But that's not what you want to hear about, because we are so beyond that. We're going to talk about Wily's Castle as soon as I get a chance, which will be during the end credits, because right now I gotta apply a little bit of hurt. A lot of bit of hurt. Swing around, bird! You know where he is! Come on! I love that, the early warning system. He's over here! He's over here! And I wear my weapon energy down just so I can hear this. How's that for musical timing?
And now for the greatest finale I can come up with. Arrowed!
Wow, I can't believe that actually worked! Alright, I'm gonna nab Wily for sure this time. He can't run away. He can run away! Must have the same physical trainer as Dr. Robotnik. I have a confession. I really like this little tune. And it annoys me that the GameCube Mega Man Anniversary Collection completely botched this by replacing that music with the end credits music prematurely. Ruined everything! That was an easy jailbreak. Waka, 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 waka. Where was this ability in Mega Man 10? I can't tell you how many times I got smushified by things. Ah, another Mega Man 3 parallel. Breakman saves the day. I love this. Hang, smash! This always reminds me of Space Quest V, where you beam onto that barren desert planet and you walk into the greenhouse and there's that thing in the corner that just creeps out. Ugh, scary. Anyways, that's what it always reminds me of. We've reached the end of the game! We're at the end of the game! This game is over! I don't need to play it anymore! Okay, I'm excited! No, I mean... Mega Man 5 is one of my all-time favorite Mega Man games, but I've been working on putting these videos together for such a long time that any game would start to... you'd just be glad to be done. But I didn't mind so much because I love Mega Man 5, in large part because Mega Man 4 is my absolute favorite Mega Man game, and 5 really is just an extension of 4. If you think about it, there were hardly any significant changes between 4 and 5. That's because the game developers said, well, we've just made the best Mega Man game ever, in my opinion. How are we going to improve upon perfection? Because that's how game developers talk, obviously. So, how do you improve on perfection, or admittedly, near perfection? Well, you don't go making massive changes, like stripping away everything that makes Mega Man cool, such as the slide and the charge Mega Man 9. No, you make little improvements. You take what's already there, and you make it better. In a Mega Man game, at least the way I enjoy my Mega Man games, you don't need to go making completely different games. I like Mega Man. I just want different bosses. I want different stages. I want new weapons. Just a little bit more variety. And streamline the things that could use a little bit of streamlining. A little bit of tweaking. So I love that the graphics are improved, that the sound quality is better than in the last game, and I love what they did with the soundtrack too. And even the changes that they did make aren't so incredibly huge that you can't even recognize the game anymore. Because bigger charge shot, cool. M-Tank, very nice. Rush coil, weird. Different. You guys tried. Yay. Annie Puppy, the changes and additions that were made don't radically alter the old gameplay that I like, rather they help to keep it fresh. And what more could I ask for? I mean, aside from special weapons that aren't bafflingly unusable at first glance, and castle stages that don't feel so much like you just played this. On the plus side, the weapons in this game that are fun to use are fun to use. And the only thing about the castle stages is that, yeah, there were some really fun creative ideas in there, surrounded by a whole lot of ho-hum. What they could have done was looked back at Mega Man 2, oh, I'm finally gonna get there! And followed the example of the castle stages, which also had a great deal of reused material, lots of stuff that you had already seen. Am I at the end of this game? Whoa, focus. So they could have done what Mega Man 2 did and reused old material, but stepped up the challenges like adding spikes into the line-guided platforms and Crash Man stage. That's it. That's really all I had to say. I'm sorry if you got your hopes up. I really like this end credits music. It's one of my favorites. Hi, I'm Nathaniel Hoover. Thank you so much for watching my run of Mega Man 5. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about the delay, and that's it. Go home, and remember what we say. Don't get so incredibly busy that it takes you 3/4 of a year to finish Mega Man 5! I mean, eliminate it!